In our textbook, Capuzzi and Stouffer offer some statistics regarding children of alcoholics and adult children of alcoholics. Those statistics are very similar to the ones offered by the National Association for Children of Alcoholics. Currently, there are 26.8 million children of alcoholics in the United States, and of those, 15.8 million are adults. Not everyone who grows up in an alcoholic home goes on to have problems. However, enough people or enough adults do have problems to warrant some attention. To address some of the issues of children with alcoholic or addicted parents. And it was actually two groups of professionals, one group that wanted to attend to children who were still in the home, and another group who knew or had discovered that adult children or adults who have come from homes where parents were addicted or alcoholic tended to have some issues later in life. So they came together back in the end of 1982 and early 1983 to form the National Association for Children of Alcoholics. Their mission is to eliminate the adverse impact of alcohol and drug use on children and families. They have a source of information for various professionals, whether they be clergy, health professionals, teachers, social workers, and so forth. They offer training to professionals, and they have a very large database of informational resources. So this is a very good source for anyone who wants to learn a little more about children of alcoholics, or people who want to actually join the association, read the newsletters, and basically just get access to the great resources that they make available. Our textbook actually has a chapter on addictions in the family, and in this chapter, the impact on children of growing up with parents who abuse substances is covered. Again, there are a lot of negative effects of substance abuse on family systems, but bear in mind that although many people are impacted negatively, not everyone is. The reason for this may be that being brought up in an alcoholic home is only one of many factors that influence children of alcoholics. The chapter also goes on to talk about psychosocial outcomes. Those psychosocial outcomes are really life in an addicted home that leads to some distortion, where children don't trust themselves or their emotions because the system is just so chaotic and there's not structure. Parenting is inconsistent. Rules could be arbitrary and sometimes even contradictory. There could be fear, shame, and the family is really not a safe place. Moreover, children who grow up in the environment have no sense of control. The textbook also talks about trauma response that creates a defensive self to decrease vulnerability. And it also talks about using denial, perceptual or cognitive distortions, fear of losing control, over-responsibility, black and white thinking, and really this defensive self that protects the child during childhood is carried forward into adulthood, but at that point it becomes problematic. And many of the things that I just said are really are also repeated when I talk about adult children of alcoholics, which is a 12-step group, although they call the defensive self really a false self. No one would probably be surprised that children of alcoholics sometimes have problems with relationships. The distortions that they have of reality that cause them not to trust themselves also causes them not to trust others. Because parents may have been unpredictable and abusive, they may not have developed autonomy or a desire for affection. They were taught dependence by parents so that they don't ask for too much. Attachment to parents often leads to splitting. In order to accept the conflicting feelings about addicted parents, children sometimes blame themselves for all the abuse that they're suffering. they begin to see themselves as being deficient and unworthy. They fail to develop good social skills so that making friends and other types of relationships is very difficult.